We are Group 10A, and our topic is the effects of climate change on water availability.
This is a really important issue because as climate changes and global temperatures increase, the water availability will change. In areas already struggling to get enough water, the problem will worsen as water evaporates faster and falls less often. In other areas, rainfall may increase, and that combined with the rising sea levels will cause an increase in flooding and pollute current water sources. Here's a diagram detailing exactly how this happens. If you'd like to look at it in depth, please pause the video. There are a lot of disciplines that are working on researching this issue, including meteorology, chemistry, and biology. The meteorological approach consists of using past data and models of temperature, precipitation, humidity, and solar radiation, among other factors, to predict how increased temperatures will affect water resources in certain geographical areas.
The biology approach focuses on wildlife, which indicates salinity, oxygen temperature, and pollution levels in water. For example, coral can only survive in certain temperatures, so deaths in the coral population indicate increasing ocean temperatures. Biologists are monitoring aquatic life such as corals to measure the safety of and predict future changes in the water.
The chemistry approach in this is involving analyzing the effects of how different chemical pollutants contaminate water supply. And with this, scientists are looking at how water contaminated with chemical pollutants affects the increasing temperature of water supply, in addition to runoff affecting the potability of water as well.
There's a lot of similarities in the different approaches that scientists are using right now. Most are monitoring changes the water has already undergone as temperatures have started to rise already, and using that data to predict what will happen as they continue to rise. There are some differences in how the different disciplines are approaching it. For example, the meteorological approach consists of a lot more computer models than the others.
Similarities and differences aside, researchers are taking these different methods and combining them to help obtain a more complete picture of the situation. For example, chemists and biologists are working together to test pollution concentration in water and how that affects aquatic life.
Looking at the popular media, this research is fairly new, so there's not an abundance of media discussing the topic, but what is out there is largely accurate, and based on ongoing research, it can be misleading in certain ways. For example, an article from Triple Pundit titled "How Climate Impacts Our Water Supply" explains the issue in an easily understandable way that aligns with what research has found. However, its suggested solutions of turning lights off and driving less were found to have little to no impact on this global issue. And while being environmentally conservative is commendable, offering that as a solution is misleading. And for that reason, we rated it as a yellow light, but many other articles were rated as green for accurately describing the current scientific findings in an accessible way.
In conclusion, climate change affects various regions differently depending on their current climate. Some areas will experience flooding that leads to runoff and contamination of groundwater, while other areas will experience droughts and shrinking water supplies. Knowing the potential effects climate has on our water supply means we can adequately develop solutions to sustain this resource.